Welcome back to the community, everybody, and thank you all for being part of it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. There's always fresh content here with DIYs and other members sending in self-interviews, which we're doing today. Today, we have Adam. Two Adams in a row. He's been a longtime club member, and I asked him if he would like to show off his car and show what he has. So I really appreciated him doing this. I'll touch base with you at the end after Adam is finished with his self-interview. Thank you, Adam. Take it away, buddy.
I'm Adam, and this is my 1973 Super Beetle, and I'm going to do just a short video so Slade can put it on his YouTube channel. And I just want to tell a little bit about the car. It's been in my family since 1976. My aunt bought it in 76, and we bought it from her in 2004. And she had two Carmen Gigas prior to this, and so and she bought this. One of them, she got wrecked. Another one that pan rusted out, said she was tired of her butt dragging the ground, so she bought this from her mechanic. It was originally Biscayne blue. She painted it Lotus white. It's had a couple different, well, it's had several different paint jobs. The engine's been rebuilt about 3 times, and then the case just finally gave up and stuck a 1641 in this. And we had it repainted, we redid it in 2008. It doesn't look perfect anymore, and so, and of course, as you can see, we're out somewhere else, not at home, because, well, grandkids, we got one granddaughter likes to get in the shot all the time. So let's walk around and take a look at this. And my wife's doing the film. It's got, it's got some sun damage. The clear coat's coming off. It's got some nicks. I mean, it's, we drove it. My wife drove it every day as a daily driver. And as you can see, the seats were recovered in 1995. And as we walk around the car, see, I got some death foam coming on here. So, we call it patina or whatever. But I know I gotta fix it as soon as I get my 72 Super Beetle done. I gotta show this a little bit of love. Probably have to recover the seats. Now, we come around here, I open it up, you can see, it hasn't been vacuumed out, it hasn't been washed or anything. And because, well, I don't drive it as much as I'd like, and I'm a practical kind of guy. It serves a purpose. I mean, I'm not in pretty. I mean, the lines don't, the doors don't line up, but I know how to fix that now because of the video. And as you can see, can you get in there? So as you can see, and I've got a Frankenstein shifter. I took parts from that's an empty shifter, and it looks like a scat, but it's empty. They tried to do that in the 80s, and well, they got sued by Scat, and I took some parts from. I took 2 shifters and made one, and that's mostly an empty, but it's Frankenstein shifter. It's got the bottom ends of Scat. See my fire extinguisher in there. Got some gauges. Got my tack. Got my cigarette lighter thing. Don't laugh. You see the wiring kind of peeking through. It looked a whole lot worse at one time. And I got a bungee strap on my trunk closed because, well, I got to get a new conduit and a new cable. Well, I got a new cable. I got to get a new conduit because this cracked. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I'm going to do on my 72, and which is put an electric solenoid where I hit a button and it pops the trunk. Now, as you can see, well, got to get that in the picture. I got my new sticker, and so I have got, and you see, the top's rusting and it's looking rough as a cob, but hey, it runs engine compartment. I neatened that up a little bit, kind of looked rough. 1641, and I've got a Vintage Speed thick lid standoff, and it helps the cooling of the engine stays cool. Thing runs real good. This right here, if you're wondering, you got Snoopy on there. I love Snoopy, and that is my battery shut off. So I got that on there. Some people put them different ways, but I put it there. And, you know, it's not perfect. I changed the tail lights a couple times and put some low profile smoke. Tail lights didn't like them. My daughter was driving it back and forth to school, and I was afraid somebody was going to rear end her. So I wasn't worried about the car. That could be replaced. I was worried about my daughter. And I've got the American Spirit 5-spoke rims on it. They look a little dingy. You know, like I say, it's not perfect, but you know, at one time it looked really great. If I think about it, I find an old picture when she was done in all her glory. Won a lot of trophies. My wife and I, we've took this thing up in the mountains. We took it on road trips. We took it on New Year's Day cruises. We have gone to car shows. Got a ton of trophies. Uh, you know, there's only two out of all of them. There's only two I really care about, and that's the very first one we won was in Matthews, car show in Matthews, there, not too far from our house, a couple towns over, a few towns over. And won at Fast Times at Farmington. I forget which number. We won the best in our class, which was a daily driver class. At the time, it was a daily driver. Now it's not a daily driver anymore. And so it's, you know, and I plan on changing these and going back to the factory ones. I got a clear turn signal light. The one I got is yellow. I had that powder coating. A lot of powder coating was done on this vehicle. And, you know, so once I get my 72 done, I'm going to show this some love. I'm going to go into it. Hopefully have it repainted. We were going to have it repainted 2 or 3 different times. Had the money set aside and something happened. If you're an adult, you know how that is. Life happens. Life happens and it sucks. So I don't know if life sucks first or then life happens or whatever. Adulting sucks. Yeah, that's about all there is to the car. I tried to buy this car. My aunt and my dad were both VWs. They love VWs. They've gone on to be with the Lord now. And, you know, my dad gave me a 73 standard Beetle when I was 20. And I always loved the car. Messed around and sold it. Had a 6.9 Chevelle SS too. Messed around and sold it too. What was I thinking? Obviously was not. So, I kept trying to buy this car from her. She said, nope, I'll be buried in my car. So in 2004, she called me up. She said, I only drive my car once a year because it's hot. Will you take it? She said, I only drive it to have it inspected. Will you drive it around? I said, yeah. Would you like to buy it? I said, how much you want? She said, pick it up and have it appraised. So I had 2 people look at it and appraise it, and I paid her the highest of the 2. And we have spent, when we had this redone in 08, we spent a lot of money on it. And, you know, spent some money on a paint job. Could have been a little better. There was a little imperfections in there, but I went back to him and he fixed a couple things. And, you know, the front bumper's got some rust. This is an aftermarket bumper. The bumper in the back was bought several years ago, and I guess y'all saw that. It was the original German bumper. It's a replacement, but it is the original German one. And this was bought back when Mid-America Motor Works was Rocky Mountain Parts or whatever it was. It was a long time ago, 80s, 90s. So, yeah, I'm not going to pop the trunk. I got my tools in. You know what? Let's pop the trunk. I wasn't going to, but I am. I'm going to get another bungee strap. That sucker's about to give up the ghost. So, I got my tools in there. If you're wondering, that's an old Black Hawk toolbox. When I first had it done, I had a lot of powder coating done on it. I wanted to thank people that did the work. Uh, Airbrush shop did my airbrush and the buggery, took it apart, put it back together. Eddie's Paint Body did the body work, and Mars Powder Coating, which is now defunct, did my powder coating, and of course my aunt. And so, you know, it's not perfect, and you know, thank y'all for watching. I want to thank Slade, everybody in the community is great. People help each other. I mean, a lot of other groups and sites, and Slade's VW community is the only group that doesn't make smart ass comments with somebody. But I wanted to thank him, and I want to thank everybody in the community. This is a great thing that he has done, and it's all of us. And he doesn't take the credit; he gives us the credit. And I appreciate everybody. And thank you for watching. Okay, I wanted to give everybody a close-up of my roller pedal. This is a top line roller pedal, and it's not like some of the aftermarket ones, which I won't name any names. They just flop around back and forth like a fish out of water. Things are no good. You can see I got some Smurf tube to cover up some of my wire in there. It doesn't look pretty, but anyway, we're talking about the roller pedal. So, and I've got one on the shelf that's going in my other one, and this is I'll lay that down. I got this from Top Line Parts. It's out of California, and you can see it's beefy. It's got the offset for when the cable comes out of the tunnel. And these are about $15. They don't sell. This is called a power pedal. They don't sell this anymore, but they do sell the cruiser pedal, I think is what it's called. And the only difference between this and the cruiser pedal is it has the foot plate. As you can see, there's this little piece right here. I think a spring attaches to the foot plate, and that's what goes to. And I think there's some pins or something that goes with the kit. And I love mine, and I haven't had to do any maintenance or replace it or anything. As you can see, that's my ladybug mats. Don't laugh. My aunt had them in here when I got the car from her. Now, and also I've got a cable, accelerator cable. It's called a max cable from Top Line. So you're probably wondering, what is a max cable? As you can see, that's hanging out a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of beefy there, and it just will fit in the barrel. And this is what they call a max cable. And I use these, and I recommend them to everybody because I have broken a few of the stock accelerator cables. Some people say, well, I like stock, and that's fine. And I've got some electrical tape on the end of it to keep it from being frayed. Now, when I started buying these, and I've only replaced one only because the end got frayed. They only came in one length. These come in lengths for a Beetle and for a bus, and they'll fit. The bus is, of course, longer. I think it's like 9 feet long or something. I can't remember. This is shorter, but it sticks out a little bit. Now, before, what I would do is I would braze it or solder it, and then cut it where I needed it once I brazed it at that part, and I would stick it through there, and it would last a long time. So if you want something shorter, make sure you braze a portion of it before you cut it, or you're going to have a mess on your hands. So I wanted to tell people about the max cable and the roller cable, and it's well worth the investment. The cable's about $15, I think, and I think the cruiser pedal is about 30 maybe. And at one time, Top Line, last time I went on there, they weren't taking online orders, but you can give them a call. They're out of California. So just wanted to show everybody the setup that I've got.
Thank you, Adam. And thank you for the kind words. That was very nice of you. And you have a very nice car. Be proud of it, which I know you are. And I really appreciate everybody being part of this community. This community is made up of so many wonderful people helping each other on the Facebook group. Like I said, I can't be on there all the time, but I'm sure you understand that. But I did create the group hoping that others could jump in and help each other. And it has been amazing. I never expected this Slade Club community to grow as big as it did. I am so shocked by it. I'm just a guy with a camera showing things, trying to make like an index up for folks to go to. And it doesn't mean I know everything, but it sure makes me smile when I see everybody getting along and things going well at the shows and hooking up with each other. Okay, long-winded, sorry. Thank you so much, Adam, for the kindness. And if you want to get your vehicle, I should say air-cooled Volkswagen, whether it's a bus, Gia, as long as it's air-cooled, put up on the community channel here, send me an email and we will get it worked out. Okay, on to other things here coming up. I hope everybody has a very amazing weekend.